Hello, devoted fans of Days of Our Lives. Welcome back to TV Days Drama Digest, your go-to source for the juiciest updates, theories, and behind-the-scenes speculation from the heart of Salem. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most electrifying and perplexing storylines to ever grip the beloved NBC Peacock soap opera, the twisted tale of Clyde Weston, Abigail Devereaux DiMera, and the tantalizing possibility of their return to our screens. Buckle up, because this roller coaster of drama, deceit, and danger is about to take you on a wild ride through the shadows of Salem's darkest secrets. The brutal murder that shook Salem. In June 2022, the idyllic world of Days of Our Lives was shattered by a crime so heinous it left fans reeling. Abigail Devereaux DiMera, portrayed with heart-wrenching authenticity by Marcy Miller, met a gruesome end at the hands of the notorious Clyde Weston, played by the chillingly charismatic James Redd. The legacy character, a cornerstone of the Horton and DiMera families, was found by her soulmate, Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, lying in a pool of her own blood in the DiMera mansion. The scene was nothing short of gut-wrenching. Chad, returning home with their children, Thomas and Charlotte, discovered his beloved wife stabbed and clinging to life. Despite his desperate attempts to save her, Abigail succumbed to her injuries, leaving Chad, their children, and the entire town of Salem in a state of profound grief. The murder mystery that followed was a masterclass in soap opera suspense. For weeks, viewers were kept on the edge of their seats as suspects piled up. Lucas Horton, Leo Stark, Gwen Rizek, and Sarah Horton all fell under scrutiny. Each had motives, opportunities, and secrets that made them plausible culprits. But it was Clyde Weston, the cold-blooded criminal with a vendetta against half of Salem, who ultimately confessed to the crime. His chilling admission to Chad revealed a horrifying truth. Clyde had entered the DiMera mansion that fateful night with the intent to kill Belle Black Brady, who was entangled with E.J. DiMera at the time. When he encountered Abigail instead, her suspicions and threat to call the police led to a violent altercation. Clyde stabbed her and fled, leaving her to die. The revelation was a devastating blow to fans, who mourned the loss of a character who had been a vibrant part of Salem since her on-screen birth in 1992. Abigail, the daughter of super couple Jack Devereaux and Jennifer Horton, had grown from a precocious child to a complex heroine, her life marked by love, loss, and resilience. Her death was not just a plot twist, it was a seismic event that altered the fabric of Days of Our Lives. But as any seasoned soap fan knows, death in Salem is rarely the end of the story. Clyde's sinister deception, a web of lies. Just when fans thought they had closure, Clyde Weston threw a curveball that turned the narrative upside down. In a shocking twist, the imprisoned villain claimed to Chad that Abigail was not dead after all. This bombshell, dropped in a tense confrontation at the Salem police station, sent shockwaves through the fandom. Could it be true? Was Abigail, the heart and soul of the DiMera family, still alive somewhere, hidden away from those who loved her? Or was this just another of Clyde's cruel manipulations, designed to torment Chad and keep him under his thumb? Clyde's claim was backed by tantalizing evidence, a flash drive containing footage of a mysterious blonde woman pacing in an empty room. The woman's face was never shown, but the actress in the scene was none other than Annalyn McCord, who joined Days of Our Lives in a secretive role that sparked immediate speculation. Was she Abigail, suffering from amnesia or held captive? Or was she an imposter, part of a larger scheme orchestrated by Clyde? The discovery of Abigail's empty coffin, dug up in a dramatic episode, only deepened the mystery. If Abigail wasn't in her grave, where was she? As the plot thickened, it became clear that Clyde was not acting alone. Enter Katharina "Cat" Green, a new character whose arrival in Salem raised more questions than answers. Under Clyde's coercion, Cat was forced to impersonate Abigail, a role she played with eerie precision. Clyde's leverage was as sinister as it was effective. He held Cat's mother hostage, threatening her life to ensure Kat's compliance. His endgame? To use Kat's false identity to marry Chad and gain access to the vast DiMera fortune, a prize that has long been the obsession of Salem's most ruthless villains. The scenes depicting Kat's reluctant masquerade were fraught with tension. Every moment she spent with Chad, pretending to be his beloved Abigail, was a tightrope walk of deception. Chad, still raw from his loss, was torn between hope and suspicion. The chemistry between Billy Flynn and Annalyn McCord was electric, their interactions laced with an undercurrent of unease. Could this woman truly be Abigail, returned to him against all odds? Or was she a pawn in Clyde's latest game? The emotional stakes were sky-high, and fans were glued to their screens, desperate for answers. A violent confrontation and a coma's cliffhanger. The plot reached a fever pitch when Kat's mother, Katharina, took matters into her own hands. In a moment of desperate bravery, she confronted Clyde, determined to free her daughter from his grasp. The encounter culminated in a dramatic showdown, with Katharina shooting Clyde, leaving him in a coma. The gunfire echoed through Salem, a stark reminder of the stakes in this deadly game. Clyde's fate hung in the balance, and with it, the truth about Abigail's survival. Was she truly alive, as Clyde had claimed, or was his coma a convenient way to keep the mystery alive? This cliffhanger left viewers with more questions than answers. If Clyde was telling the truth, where was the real Abigail? Had she been held captive all this time, perhaps suffering from amnesia or hidden away by Clyde's associates? The possibility of a doppelganger or imposter storyline, a classic soap opera trope, loomed large. Alternatively, could Abigail's death have been a ruse, orchestrated to protect her from Clyde's enemies? The empty coffin suggested that her body was never laid to rest, but without Clyde's testimony, the truth remained elusive. The return of familiar faces, Jack and J.J. Devereaux. As the mystery deepened, Days of Our Lives brought back two key figures from Abigail's past, her father, Jack Devereaux, Matthew Ashford, and her brother, J.J. Devereaux, Casey Moss. Their return to Salem was no coincidence. Jack, a seasoned journalist with a knack for uncovering secrets, arrived just as Chad and Julie Williams, Susan Seaforth Hayes, began their search for Abigail. His presence added a layer of emotional complexity to the storyline, as he grappled with the hope that his daughter might still be alive. JJ, meanwhile, brought a youthful energy and a fierce determination to uncover the truth about his sister's fate. Their scenes together were poignant, filled with the raw grief and cautious hope of a family torn apart by loss. Jack's return was particularly significant, given his history with Abigail. As her father, he had been a pillar of support through her tumultuous life, from her childhood battles with aplastic anemia to her romantic entanglements and struggles with mental health. His decision to return to Salem, ostensibly for the memorial episodes honoring Doug Williams, hinted at a larger role in the unfolding drama. Could Jack's investigative skills finally crack the case of Abigail's disappearance? JJ's comeback was equally compelling. Having left Salem in 2020 after the death of his grandfather, Bill Horton, JJ had been living in Africa, far from the chaos of his hometown. His return suggested that the writers were setting the stage for a family reunion or a reckoning. The chemistry between Casey Moss and Billy Flynn was palpable, their shared grief over Abigail binding them in a way that only loss can. Fans speculated that JJ's presence might be the key to unraveling Clyde's lies, perhaps through a confrontation or a discovery that would bring the truth to light. Speculation and theories. Is Abigail coming back? The question on every Days of Our Lives fans' mind is simple yet profound. Is Abigail Devereaux DiMera really alive? The clues are tantalizing, but the answers remain frustratingly out of reach. The empty coffin, Clyde's cryptic claims, and the mysterious footage all point to the possibility of a miraculous return. Yet, soap operas thrive on misdirection, and the introduction of Kat Green as a fake Abigail has cast doubt on Clyde's story. Was his claim a cruel manipulation, or does it hold a kernel of truth? One popular theory among fans is that Abigail is indeed alive, but suffering from amnesia, a plot device Days of Our Lives has used to great effect in the past. This would explain why she hasn't returned to Salem on her own, and why Clyde's footage showed a woman who seemed disoriented. Another possibility is that Abigail was whisked away for her own protection, perhaps by someone within the DiMera family, or even by Jack and Jennifer, who might have orchestrated a fake death to shield her from Clyde's wrath. The involvement of Dr. Mark Green, who helped Kat pass DNA tests, suggests a deeper conspiracy, possibly involving medical manipulation or genetic trickery. Then there's the question of who would portray Abigail if she returns. Marcy Miller, who last played the role until Abigail's death in 2022, is a fan favorite, her nuanced performance earning her 3 Daytime Emmy nominations. Kate Monsey, who portrayed Abigail from 2011 to 2016 and again from 2018 to 2020, is another possibility, though her current role on General Hospital makes her return less likely. Annalyn McCord's casting as the mysterious Marin, or fake Abigail, has fueled speculation that she might be playing a doppelganger or an entirely new character tied to Abigail's story. McCord's own experience with dissociative identity disorder adds an intriguing layer, hinting at a potential storyline involving Abigail's mental health, a nod to her past struggles with DID. Clyde's potential return, a villain's redemption or revenge. As for Clyde Weston, his coma presents both an opportunity and a challenge for the writers. A villain as cunning and ruthless as Clyde doesn't stay down for long, and fans are already buzzing about his potential return. Could he awaken with a new scheme, determined to finish what he started? Or might his brush with death lead to a redemption arc, however unlikely that seems? James Reed's portrayal of Clyde has been a masterclass in villainy, his cold-eyed menace making him one of Salem's most unforgettable antagonists. A return would undoubtedly bring more chaos to the DiMera family and reignite the feud with Chad. Clyde's connection to the fake Abigail scheme suggests he has allies in Salem, perhaps even within the DiMera inner circle. The involvement of Dr. Mark Green raises questions about who else might be complicit in his plans. Could E.J. DiMera, Chad's brother, have a hidden role in this deception, given his own history with Clyde? Or is there another player in Salem, pulling strings from the shadows? The possibilities are endless, and Days of Our Lives thrives on keeping viewers guessing. The emotional heart of the story. At its core, this storyline is about more than just plot twists and cliffhangers. It's about the enduring love between Chad and Abigail, a romance that has defined Days of Our Lives for over a decade. Their chabby pairing, as fans affectionately call it, has weathered countless storms. Infidelity, mental health struggles, and even death. Billy Flynn's portrayal of Chad's grief and cautious hope is nothing short of Emmy-worthy, his every scene dripping with raw emotion. Whether Abigail returns or not, her absence has left a void in Chad's heart and in Salem itself, a reminder of the fragility of love in a town where danger lurks around every corner. The return of Jack and JJ also underscores the importance of family in Days of Our Lives. The Devereaux family has been a cornerstone of the show since the 1980s, their bonds tested by tragedy and triumph. The possibility of Abigail's survival is a beacon of hope for them, but it comes with the risk of further heartbreak. Jennifer Horton, Abigail's mother, has yet to fully weigh in on the mystery, but fans are eagerly awaiting her reaction. Will she demand answers, as she has in the past, or will she be consumed by the same cautious hope that drives Chad and Jack? What's next for Salem? As we look ahead, the questions surrounding Abigail and Clyde loom large. Will Days of Our Lives deliver the reunion fans are craving, or will it subvert expectations with a twist that leaves us gasping? The show's history of resurrecting characters, from Stefano DiMera to Will Horton, suggests that anything is possible. The empty coffin, the mysterious footage, and Clyde's coma all point to a storyline that is far from over. With Jack and JJ back in Salem, and Chad determined to uncover the truth, the stage is set for a dramatic showdown that could redefine the DiMera and Deborah legacies. For now, all we can do is keep watching, theorizing, and holding our breath as Days of Our Lives continues to weave its spell. Will Abigail Devereaux DiMera rise from the ashes, reclaiming her place in Salem? Will Clyde Weston return to wreak havoc, or will his reign of terror finally come to an end? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: in Salem, the drama never stops. So, grab your popcorn, settle in, and join us at TV Days Drama Digest as we eagerly await the next chapter in this unforgettable saga. What do you think, fans? Is Abigail alive, and will Clyde face justice? We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.